Okay, welcome back. If you're not new, and welcome if you're new. I'm drawing in my sketchbook for the first time in a pretty long time, actually, for me at least. Yeah, and I'm drawing with the Twisby Eco fountain pen. And I tried something a little bit different in this video, and as you probably have noticed if you have watched my old videos before, I'm way closer to the drawing now. So hopefully it won't go out of focus. And then you guys will be able to see all the details of the drawing. Yeah. And I don't really know if you guys wanted this, or if you don't, but I just felt like trying it, and you guys really need to comment and like and subscribe, of course. But it would be very nice if you guys would comment on if you like the video to be closer to the drawing, or that you can see more of the table and a little bit farther away. But see, the problem is, it's either my usual way of making videos like I did before, or the way I'm doing now, because the in-between phase is right where the video would just try to focus on my hand, then try to focus on the drawing, then try to focus on my hand, and then it will be like weirdly randomly blurred. So hopefully this way it will be focused on the drawing the whole time, or at least the drawing would be in focus the whole time. So like it looked good. That's at least what I'm hoping. And of course this is a real-time drawing because I felt like it. It's only like 90 minutes and 55 seconds, so not that long. At least what I think. So I made a video recently, like 4 days ago, last week, something like that, about a cheap $3 fountain pen, and you guys kind of liked it. All right views, could have been better, but could also have been way worse. So like, if you haven't watched it, you definitely should, because I think it's a pretty good video. Not gonna lie. I'm also working on a new painting, and I'm not far with the drawing or the painting part. I'm definitely still in the early stages, but it's coming along greatly, and it's starting to look like a pretty decent piece. You know, if you're an artist, you definitely know that it has like an ugly stage. The first part is an extremely ugly stage, and then it just becomes better with time. At least I think it does, and I also think it does this time. It's a little bit different, but it's still very much the same. So it's closer to my normal usual stuff. And I really think, like, in terms of painting, I'm getting a more distinct style, definitely. Like, I'm getting closer to something like that I would do, something more me, stuff like that. And yeah, then I'm just chilling, really. I have an exam coming up in like next week, as of this recording. No, not as of this recording, but like next week again. So in 2 weeks, I have like an exam, and we have to do a written product, which is like just kind of 2 pages of what we're actually gonna tell the teachers about in our exam. And we're pretty good with that. Like, it's going pretty great. Me and my group, like 2 of my very good friends, we're working together, and it's going pretty great. So I think that'll be pretty good. Hopefully it will, at least. Then we also have, like, after that, we just have like winter break soon. It's coming up, but that's only the 20th of December where we go on winter break. But yeah, I just want to be done with the exam. I don't even have to do good. Hopefully I'll do good, but I just kind of want to have it over with, because then I only have exams at summer. So I'm kind of like chill for a while, until summer, of course, where I have like, I actually don't think I have more than 1 exam. Maybe I have 2. I don't know. I'm just pretty positive of how it's going, at least right now. What more have I done? Well, this is not some art stuff. This is just life stuff. But I have actually just been at today, the day of recording this voiceover. I'd been at like a Christmas event. Like there's in my little town, there's like a Girl Scout group, and they every year they hold sort of a Christmas event thing. Kind of hard to explain. It's a very Danish tradition. I would say I don't know if you guys do that in America or anywhere else, but you probably do, maybe. And we went there and we had purchased some keys, and then you can try to open a lock. And if you have the key that opens the lock, you win like a big prize. So all the money goes to the Girl Scouts and them, and it's sort of fun. And there's food and drinks and like a lottery type thing. It's all decorations and Christmas trees, and it's just basically people come to both have a nice like afternoon, but also like help the Girl Scouts with their just general existence, because it costs a lot of money to run a Scouts program, but like they still need to do it because it's very good for the community. And you know, I've never went because I'm not a girl, but it sounds like they're having a very good time when they do, and the Scout leaders take very like they're very proud of what they do, and they do a very good job, I would say. And it's always fun coming back every year, kind of a tradition to help the Girl Scouts. And we didn't win the huge prize with the lock, but we got a chance to write down our name to get like a secondary prize. And I won. It was really random. I was just at home eating lunch, and then they called, "You've won, what is that, like a pork belly? Something like that?" I think that's pork belly, actually. Anyway, I won. And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, you won. When can you come pick it up?" And I said, "Give me 10 minutes." And then I drove down to the Girl Scout event place and got my free piece of meat, which is very weird. But my mom was very happy because free food is good. Like, it's a great opportunity. It wasn't really free because we purchased the keys, of course, but still, we wouldn't have gotten it. We didn't expect it, and we didn't care if we got any extra. We mostly do it for the support, like to support the Girl Scouts. There's very few people who actually like purchase the stuff because, oh, I think I'm gonna win. It's more, we don't care if we win. We want to support and help the Girl Scouts, and of course we did. So, and we got something from it, which was pretty random, but of course everything free is nice. Or kind of free. It's not really free, but it's pretty close to being free. Yeah. I'm also just happy to be drawing again, because those videos don't take as much time. They still take time, don't get me wrong, but they're not like, they don't consume my whole like week and stuff, and they don't have the same amount of pressure. If I was only trying to do painting videos, then I wouldn't. Like, I'd release a video once a month or something. Like, being honest, just because it would be easier to release like that if I have so many if it takes so a long time. And I actually watched this new documentary called Buy Now, and I saw it on another platform you probably know, the one where you have to swipe down to watch next videos. I don't want to say it, but it's something with talk. You know, the tic tac. And I watched the documentary, and people were like, "Oh, this is the best documentary. It's insane. Like, how didn't we know this? Like, it reveals every secret." And I'm gonna be honest, the people who said that are pretty dumb. Like, I don't understand how this isn't common knowledge that companies are like, large companies and corporations are polluting everything. Like, it's not the consumer. It's the mother trucking companies. Like they're putting the blame on us as consumers, but as the companies creating this problem because we're over creating. Because having too much, it's much better than having too little, of course. But when we have too much every time, then it becomes a problem of throwing out and pollution and all this stuff. And I didn't know that. I don't understand how people couldn't know this because it's public knowledge. It should be common knowledge that like these huge brands aren't good. Like they're not good for the environment, they're not good for people, they're not good for nobody. They're only good for making money for them and their shareholders. Which is insane to me. Just crazy. And I can't believe that people don't know this. But at least I'm glad that they made the documentary to get more knowledge out there. Because like nothing will change if we don't do something. But it's also hard to do something because that's every part of society is built up on these premises that also destroy the world. Like it's very hard to run a business and actually be climate focused and be like responsible for something. Like it's weird. It's very weird. But I also think like it's a cultural problem because people consume too much. Like it's not poor people who buy from, the Chinese clothing shops. You know the ones. I'm not gonna name them here. You know the ones I'm talking about. It's not poor people who don't have money. It's not underprivileged people. It's people who have enough money to actually buy quality made things, but they choose to buy more crap. And because it's crap, it's gonna go break down and get destroyed easily. But since they didn't pay that much, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. Because if people just bought less and better made, or at least just bought like recycled or bought like not in terms of like vintage, but just charity shop, like used clothes, because they're still good clothes. Clothes. It's a hard word. I just think it's weird. And personally, I try my best to do that, but I'm also influenced by things I like. I buy most of my clothes secondhand. Most of it. There's very rarely times where I buy new, which I think is fine. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody because I ain't. It's not doing as much as people would hope and like to say it does. It does something, but not very much. It saves me a couple of bucks, but there's still things I want, which is made new. So I'm not like free from it in any way. But yeah, I'm just a lowly artist trying to make my way. I really like this drawing, and I gave him kind of elf ears because I just wanted to. I hadn't done that in a while. I realized. I also have to buy. Talking about buying things, I have to buy more drawing paper, like A3 paper, because I've ran out. And I just got paid, but I also kind of want to save all my money because my work, a place where I work, great place, love it, or part-time job. It's closed for the next 2 weeks. Like it's not open, which means we don't have any shifts, which means I can't make any money, even though I have the time and I really want to work. It's closed. It's closed. So I can't work. So I can't make money and I can't do nothing. Which is a little bit sad because like it's hard to make money without a job. Especially when you're young and broke and you don't have your own business and like stuff like that. I can try to resell some things and of course I'll do that, but that isn't promised. That isn't like guaranteed. You can hope that something sells, and I have done that before, and like the problem isn't things not selling, but the problem is finding things that are cheap enough so you can price them cheap and still make money on them. That's the thing that's hard. or you kind of have to know what's popular and be lucky and all sorts of stuff. It's not easy, and it's not something you can make a lot of money on. Like, you have to be very lucky or just have the right things. But one thing that like never really what's it called? Like just things in general that are not really gonna change. It's just definitely going to be the same always. It's mostly stuff like that, because I know there are these people who live off reselling, but they resell all sorts of stuff. They don't just resell clothes. And reselling clothes in general is kind of hard. Of course, you can have like a vintage store and stuff like that, but that's also hard. There's a lot of searching, and there's a lot of being lucky and finding the right products. And it could work. It really could. But it could also not work. In general, it's like any business, of course, but it's also hard. But I think like maybe it's also just me who doesn't want a boss. Like, if I could just work for myself, that would be very fine, very nice. And that's also a part of why I hope I can attain this artist lifestyle. Like, because if I could be my own boss and do the thing I love, it would be really nice. But it's not easy. It's not close to happening right now. Hopefully in the future it will be more accessible. But I don't know. I'm just a 18-year-old kid trying my best in the world. And sometimes that's enough, of course, like, especially if you're listening to this now, like, you are exactly the place you need to be. All this about stay on the grind and do this and do that, like, it's talk. It's just talk. If you have an idea, then try it. But don't sit here and be like, I work and I go gym and it's gonna make me rich. And I think about money all the time. That's not gonna make you rich. Like, thinking about money all the time is only gonna make you feel poor, even if you have enough. Because money is this sort of thing you can always have more of it, even if you don't need more of it. That's the thing. It's kind of like there's so many people who have this sense of, oh, I don't have enough money, but they have more than enough. They don't use it. That's the thing. Like, remember, you have to use your money, because if you just hoard everything you've ever made, you end up with a problem, because that won't stimulate the economy. That won't work. And like, what is money worth if you don't use it? If you just have it sitting in a bank account, then why use it? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's my what would I say, like, personal feelings. That my feelings about it. But again, we also definitely have we have a problem with making the good life seem about, oh, he and her, they have a lot of money, or they and them, they have a lot of money, or whatever. Like, that's the good life. But having a lot of money isn't a good life. It's a nice thing to have, and it makes life easier, but it isn't the only good thing in life. There's so many more things that are important than money. But our society is built upon money, and that's why, like, you see a lot of things where money, like, where people act like money is the only thing that matters. But it's not. It's a very little thing, and it doesn't matter a lot, and it shouldn't matter to you, me, or anybody else, really. But it does. Like, that's the problem with it. That's a bit of a rant, but yeah. If you watched this far, I'll give you a secret word, which is cow, C-O-W, cow, just before this video ends. So please like, subscribe, and comment, and all that stuff. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and tell me, like, everything in the comments. Anything you want to say, just say it, because I really appreciate when you guys comment, and I love reading them. So yeah, hope you have a nice day, and I want to say bye-bye, love you guys, bye.